Hey guys, welcome to the 2 a.m. pipe on the patio. Today, smoking my spigot, Peterson spigot 106. In it, I'm smoking Germain's Rich Dark Flake. What a wonderful tobacco this is. It had been a long time since I'd smoked any of that. I'd been out of it for a long time, and I bought a cutting board from Bearded Welshman, and he sent along a nice little sample of Germain's Rich Dark Flake, and man, oh, it's been so good to try that again. So I've been just, sampling, taking a little bit at a time of that and just smoking that very rarely, trying to draw that out as long as I can, because can't get that here. And it is just a delicious tobacco. This is a pipe I bought from Mel Garbage Man Piper. It was the first spigot I ever owned. I'd always wanted a spigot, and I emailed Mel and I asked him, hey, have you got any spigots for sale? And he said, actually I do. And he had this one, and he gave me just an incredible price. It wasn't the spigot I was looking for, but he gave me such a deal on it, I had to buy it. And I mean, it was a screaming deal. So I bought it. And I'm so glad I did. And every time I smoke it, I think of Mel. And it's funny because every pipe I have just about every single pipe I have reminds me of somebody. And it could be because I bought it from them, or somebody sent it to me, or I bought it because I saw this person smoking it. But just about every pipe I own or somebody may have commented on that pipe when I was smoking it. But just about every pipe I smoke reminds me of somebody in the YTPC. And that's a pretty darn cool thing. And You know, whether it's, you know, my wife or my daughter or somebody in my pipe club, or, you know, somebody in England who has a pipe like that, or somebody who, you know, just, there can be many, many reasons, but every pipe that I smoke, that I own, reminds me of somebody. And that's just, it's just such an awesome thing. You know, if I smoke a church warden, it reminds me of tunnel take. And, you know, if I smoke certain 320s, it may remind me of smoke swag, or it may remind me of Sam Online, or it may remind me of Piper 49er, or it may remind me of any number of guys. You know, it depends on the pipe I'm smoking at the time, and or Newton Piper. You know, a certain pipe 320 will remind me of Newton Piper, and it's just, well, you know, depends which pipe I'm smoking. You know, if I smoke my Dolomite, it reminds me of Fawn River Piper, and you know, it's just such a cool thing that a pipe can remind you of a person, some of whom I've never even met. And same with hats. Certain hats I have, you know, if I put on a certain hat, it'll remind me of certain people. And you know, Jack has sent me hats, and when I put those hats on, man, I'm thinking of Jack, and it's just so cool to have, you know, different little things. There are tampers. Bearded Tamper sent me this tamper, and you know, this is probably the tamper I use the most of all my tampers. It's the one I go to the most. You know, and I've got tons of tampers, but for some reason this one's always on my tray, and I love it because it's got the pick on the end, and I just love this tamper. And I've got several of his tampers, but for some reason this is the one that I always go to, and it's the one that's always on my tray. And I just, you know, that one, whenever I use it, I think of Bearded Tamper. And I've got this leather tray that I use all the time, and it was made for me by John Meadows. And whenever I use it, I always think of John Meadows. I mean, I think of John Meadows every single day because I use that tray every single day. And so John Meadows is always on my mind every single day. And it's just, but pipes can just remind you of just a shape, can remind you of so many different people. And that's just a really cool thing for me to have with 673 as matches. You just can't help but think of matches when you see a 673. I mean, that is the matches pipe. It just, I don't think you can associate that pipe with anybody else but matches. That was his pipe, and you know, anybody else could smoke that every day on their videos, and it'll never be anybody else's pipe but matches. And of course, he had the pipe named after him. You know, they did the matches pipe, and which I think was just an incredible thing that was done. And in fact, I almost smoked that one today, and I actually have that pipe in this box with this one, but you know, both of them, they're socks in this box. But it's just an amazing thing how you can just pick a pipe can be associated with one person like that. It's just, to me, is amazing. You know, and he smoked other pipes. It wasn't like that's the only pipe that he ever smoked. It just became synonymous with him. And I didn't put a filter in this one at all today, so I'm just smoking this one naked. And there was a while there where, with the exception of my 320s, which are my main pipes, are 320s. That's the main pipe I smoke. But I used to smoke straight pipes all the time until I got my Peterson. Because every bent pipe I ever had would gurgle. Until I got my Peterson system pipes, and I had no gurgle from those at all. And that kind of changed me, and I started getting a lot of the Peterson system pipes, the 314s, 312s, 313s. B10s. And I'm well, the B10 actually has a fishtail on it, but it doesn't have the P-lip. But it does have the system on it. You know, where it's got the reservoir. And they just don't gurgle at all, man. I get no gurgle from those. Well, a lot of guys don't like them because you can't pass a pipe all the way through because they have that reservoir in them. Well, I don't care. I'd rather have no gurgle. I don't mind taking the stem off and putting the pipe cleaner in it to clean it when I'm done. Well, I don't need to pass a pipe. If it's not gurgling, I don't need to pass a pipe cleaner. But it's just cool when I'm smoking a pipe and it makes me think of somebody, you know, whether it's Paladin or Peter Pipe or True Light or Briar Dude or Simon or whoever, you know, James Stumbo, whoever it is, Sam Online. You know, just let me know if you guys have that happening where you're smoking a pipe and you think of other YTPCers, and if you guys have that same thing going on. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Hope you have a great day. Have a great night. Enjoy your pipes. Love y'all. God bless.